I'm making this video as an endorsement of Dapper and Fit and Christopher Reeves, but it's really not about either him or his company, but it is about what he's done for me and about how he's impacted me. But what I really want to do is I want to talk to men. So often men, we just we're busy doing all these things that are for everybody else, maybe for our careers or whatever, but we tend to push ourselves out when it comes to taking care of ourselves. And just a really brief story to kind of tie this all in why I'm saying this. My dad, this back in the day, right? I'm 59 years old, I'm 59 next month. But my dad was a smoker. And I quit smoking. And the worst kind of people in the world when I was growing up was ex-smokers, man, because he would everybody, he'd be like, you know what? It's why you shouldn't smoke. Don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke. So now, here I am, kind of like that. So when I'm talking to you, men, if we get off the track of what we need to do to take care of ourselves, it becomes unbelievably difficult to get back on track. And it's because we're focused on our career, we're focused on our business, we're focused on our family, we're focused on everything but us. And we always take a back seat. And so our health takes a back seat. And as a man that did that for years, I would do things like I'd look at the scale, I'd step on the scale. And by the way, before I even met Chris, I had already lost 100 pounds. So it's not like it was just that. But I'd done that, but I still didn't take my health seriously. I mean, it was just, there was just so much extra weight that came off. But it took time, but it came off. But here's the thing. I hear, this is the ex-smoker part of it. I hear men all the time saying, I don't have time. I don't, I've got other priorities, or whatever it is that excuse that they make for it. And I run 3 businesses. I'm the CEO of multiple businesses. I don't have time, right? That's what I said. I don't have time. Guess what? I made time because my health is important and yours needs to be too. And what held me back from doing it was the fear of, what if I go to the gym? I haven't been in the gym for a long time. I don't really know how to use the equipment. Do I use the machines? Do I use the free weights? What is it I do? And that intimidation really set in, because as a man, I want to do man things. I want to, that testosterone kicks in, and I don't want to step in where a bunch of other younger men are and people doing that. And so it held me back. All these things held me back because I didn't want to do it. But I always use the excuse of I don't have time. But here's the thing. And I spend a lot of time looking at the scale. Like, oh, look at that. I'm gonna do intermittent fasting, or I'm gonna do low carb, or I'm gonna do whatever it is, with the intent of getting some level of satisfaction that the scale went down a little bit. But here's the thing I want to get through to any man that's out there, that's listening to this. Man, you are so important. You are important. But there's your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, your children, for me, it's my grandchildren, it's my businesses that count on me, it's my employees that count on me. I'm also a public speaker, so all of those people that look at me for mentoring, coaching, and guidance and all of that stuff, they count on me. So how I look matters, how I feel matters, how I'm perceived matters, and most of all, my longevity and being able to live a healthy life matters. And there's this it's probably one of these old dumb sayings, but it talks about, like, how much would you give for your last breath? If you could get one more breath, how much would you spend? Maybe you've heard that before. And people are like, I'd give it all for one more breath. Well, here's the thing. If you're sitting there and you're not doing something about it, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, because you're not doing it now. You're not giving whatever it takes now. And, I'll be honest, man, Chris costs money. Dapper and Fit costs money. And when I first started working with Chris, man, I was like, I remember like agreeing to work with him and then calling my wife on the phone from the car and going, I got buyer's remorse. I mean, I got buyer's remorse. And she goes, you're worth it, and you have to take care of yourself. I don't have buyer's remorse at all anymore. And the reason why, so here's the thing. I've been working with Chris for 2 months. And man, I still am out of shape. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, look at this 2 months, I'm freaking like rocking it. But I am rocking it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm like, but you get what I'm saying, like solid. I'm getting there. But here's the thing, and the reason why I'm wearing this is because I want to this shirt and tie. I normally don't do this, but I did today. I put this shirt on, and for the first time, I didn't feel like I'm going to sit down and the buttons are going to fly off and someone's going to think there's a freaking active shooter because buttons are flying off like bullets. It didn't fit tight. The pants didn't fit tight. The collar, man, I've got room. I put that on. I was like, what the hell, right? But here's the thing. I'm not losing massive amount of weight. I'm gaining muscle. And the other day I was at a baseball game, the national anthem comes on, put my hand on my chest. That's a national anthem. I'm feeling myself up. I'm like, what the crap, man? That thing's hardening up. And like I'm feeling 2 months into it. And I can feel the inside of the body underneath the fat hardening up. But it's also helped. Like, Chris, the very first thing he did was like, one of your shoulders dips below the other. So it's freaking yanking me, working on that, getting that to go. Your back, we got to strengthen your back. We got to do this. I mean, he was down to the detail of what I needed to do to set myself up for success. Now we go to the gym. We go to the gym 3 days a week, and he works the freaking crap out of me, and I love it. It's the most intense thing I'm doing. I'm doing something that's helping my business, helping me personally, my family, everything. And so my point to you is, and this is like, again, like the ex-smoker, right? Like, I don't eat that stuff anymore. And I don't do this and I don't do that. And it's true. So I want to be careful, but I want to also drive home to you the importance that you matter. And this is going to be brutal. I'm just going to be brutal to you. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're eating crap, if you're not exercising, and I don't mean walking on a treadmill, I mean like really building up your body and getting muscle and getting into that shape that, maybe you were hopefully in your 20s. If you're not doing that, if you're not like pounding the weights and really taking it serious, man, you got to do it. You got to get in there and you got to take your life serious. You got to dedicate it for yourself. You got to do the things that honestly are not selfish, because when you eat crap and when you don't exercise and you don't sleep and you don't do those things, you're being selfish. Just plain and simple, you're selfish. Stop being selfish. Do something for you. And the reason why I'm a big proponent of Christopher Reeves, Superman. The reason why I am, and him and Dapper and Fit, because it's the big things, but it's the little things. Even down to the point of him telling me, I no longer want you to put your hands in your pocket. I want you to put your hands in your pocket. I want you to stand big, strong, powerful. You're a big, strong, powerful man. Put your hands in your pocket, you diminish yourself. Things like that. Things like me being able to text him and saying, hey, like, I'm at this restaurant, what do I eat? And I'm like, I'm thinking of salad. And he goes, I'd rather you have this than that. That level of detail that Chris gives me, and that honestly air cover when we go to the gym, there's nothing like, if you haven't been to the gym in years and you go there and you stand and you're like, I don't freaking know what I'm doing, and you get some big 6'2" muscular beast that's behind you, and he's got you every step of the way. It gives you what you need. So what I'm telling you is, no matter how much money it costs and what you have to do, you really need to work with Chris. You need to work with Dapper and Fit, because it's going to matter to you. It's going to matter for your health. And there are a lot of trainers out there. There's a lot of people doing this. And all I'm saying is, choose one that works. And this guy works. And this guy works you. And it feels good. And the confidence that you're going to get everything around that is so, it's going to be so meaningful in your life. But you have to take the step, and you have to do it, and you have to be committed, and you have to tell yourself, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. I'm not going to make excuses, and just do it. And man, I can't say anything else other than that. But like I said, Chris didn't ask me to do it, but I would recommend everybody to work with Chris.